Yo, what's going on, guys? We're back. What's up, boys? Happy Memorial Day to everyone. I just want to take a second to say thank you very much to anyone that did lose their lives in service to this country, man. We can't do this without all of you guys. So if you have any family members or friends or anything that was, close to you that did lose their life in service to this country, man, we thank you guys so much. Happy Memorial Day, everyone. Hope you guys have a good day off. If you guys are still working, grind on, boys. We are going to jump into everything today. We had a little fun on stream today, and obviously new Team Affinity stuff came out last week. I've been hearing a lot of frustrations a little bit with the Showdown for Season 2. We did a Showdown this morning on stream. Flawless execution. Went into the final Showdown with 12 runs. Only needed one run, and it was extremely easy. I haven't lost a single Showdown, and I've had a lot of questions about that. So I figured today we'd make a little Showdown tip video, kind of how to go through the stuff. Most of the stuff is going to be very, very simple and very, very easy to understand. So if you guys are already kind of flying through the Showdowns, this might not be the video for you. But if you are new to the game, struggling a little bit and going through the stuff, man, drop a like on this video. It will help you out. If you are new, hit the sub button, boys. We're going to go in on basically how I attack Showdown and how I'm so great at it. I guess we'll start off with the very, 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 very basics. What is Showdown? Why are we doing it? What's the point of doing this? Programs, Team Affinity. Obviously, we are on Season 2. Team Affinity right now, and you can see I'm 90%, 58, 62, 76, 46, and 48% done with all 6 divisions. Every single division has an exchange in there where you can exchange either 1 Showdown voucher or 5 Showdown vouchers. Each voucher gives you 3 Team Affinity points. You trade in all 5, you do get 15 Team Affinity points, which this is going to be a repeatable thing. Probably the most reliable way, easiest way, and probably the most way that people go out at conquering these affinity programs. Now, you can do this over and over, and their Showdown is just one Showdown that works for any one of these divisions. So when you complete the Showdown, it gives you the voucher. There aren't vouchers that just go for each one of the divisions. Any voucher can be used in any of the divisions. It's just a Season 2 voucher. So let's go in on these tips here. So what you're gonna do is single player mode. You're gonna go in here to Showdown stuff right here, and we're gonna start a new Showdown right here. Now, when you go into the Showdown, okay, and you already started, okay, you can't do it like right away, but once you start your draft and come back and check, you can go to the end and see what kind of picture you have to help with your future drafts, and I'll show you that kind of stuff. So the way that I do this at first, obviously, is this is mostly a hitting dominated program. There are going to be like 2 or 3 little pitching things that you can do, but majority is you're going to want hitters. And not only are you going to want hitters, but you're going to want people that can put up runs, can hit home runs, get extra base hits for you, and that kind of stuff. So right here, probably just going with Dante Bichette out of this one. Here, I'm probably going with Jim Tomei in this one. I normally do like to go with one good pitcher, and you really want to get a pitcher that you're going to be able to get strikeouts with. So you want to look K per 9, K per 9, K per 9. Okay, so you probably could go Mark Pryor here, which has the 109 K per 9. You could go with Roy Oswalt that has the really, really good repertoire to help you out right there. So really just depending on what pitcher you think you're going to be better with is whether, who you're going to choose. But I like really going after high K per 9 because most of the time these are going to be strikeout oriented goals that you're gonna have to do. And then once again, all about the power here, like just all about the power. Gary Sanchez 114 power versus right, 120 power versus left. So we're just going in and selecting that. Same thing here. I'm really not worrying too much about position. There are a few times you got to worry about positions and stuff like that, but if people are getting hits and that kind of stuff, you're pretty much not going to get those runs. So really don't get too concerned about pitching, especially with positions, because when you get to the bosses, the positions really aren't going to matter whatsoever. Going to get me one good closer And then I'm going to start filling this thing out basically with nothing but power. He is down a little bit, but he does have the most power out of everyone else. I can go power versus right-handers right there. That could help you out a little bit. He is on the up right there, but nothing really boosting you enough. So we have Jim Tomei at first base already. I could go with another first baseman. This one will put me at left and right. Once again, not too worried about the positions. Okay, so we're just going to go through the rest of these guys and select the rest of these rounds. Now, when you get to these perks, this is very, 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 very important. Okay, you want things that give you exit velocity and, you know, any type of like boost to exit velocity or being able to hit better. You don't need to worry about pitching ones. You don't need to worry about like that kind of stuff. So out of all of them, you know, exit velocity boost while losing, one of the best ones you can get. Every one of the boss battles that you go through, you are losing. So meaning that rally time is going to be active at all times. Outfielders throw much harder when runners. You don't need to worry about that. Increased pitch accuracy. Don't need to worry about the 1 or 2 pitching moments or whatever you want to call them, objectives that you have to do. First strike could be okay, but rally time is what we're definitely doing there. Rally time is definitely one of the better ones. Hero time, really don't need to worry about that because once again, the boss stuff is not with innings. Exit velocity boost while behind and count could be a good one. Contact boost on inside pitches. And last stand, increased pitch accuracy with runners in scoring position. Don't need to worry about pitching stuff. So once again, exit velocity boost while behind in the count. You want to find the perks that are really going to help you out in hitting situations that you feel are going to happen the most often. So if you have a boost that says you get exit velocity when you're losing compared to you get the exit velocity with 2 strikes, you want the one when you're losing because that's going to be active almost all the time compared to when just waiting for 2 strikes. So be very, very careful when you're reading these perks and get the ones that are really going to work for you. Exit velocity on the 7th inning or later, that's not going to help me out in the boss missions. Off the radar could be okay, but I'm not going to be wanting to be swinging outside the strike zone pitches because that's going to go to another tip that I'm going to tell you guys about here also. Inner piece could be okay, but once again, rally time, great here, and you can stack them. So even if you have 2 or 3 gold rally times or 3 diamond rally times or a silver and a gold, you can stack all those together. It doesn't matter. So we're going to put that one there, and that one there. So now since we have our team, also, I think once you start this first one, it's going to tell you who your final showdown is. I think either after this first one or the boss. I think it's the boss. I think it is the boss. It will then tell you if you have a right or left-handed pitcher. Then, once you know that, you want to draft your team for guys that have power versus the right or left-handed ones. Now, when you're going through these things, now, what I like to do is get 8 runs. When you're going through these things, you're going to get 2 runs, 2 runs, 2 runs, 2 runs. Most of these things are going to give you 2 runs for every one that you beat, except for the boss, okay? The other thing is, as you progress through these things, you're going to get more draft cards. I'm sure most of you guys know this, right? Silver hitter, gold perk. Then you get a gold hitter, gold perk, gold hitter, gold perk. Team Affinity 2 hitter with a diamond perk. That is definitely one that you want to get. Now, if you feel like you're getting a hang of this and you're doing pretty good and your team is really good, after you beat this first boss, if you have all the runs, 2, 4, 6 runs, and I can't remember if they give you the ones here. I don't think it is. I think it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 runs is all you can get. So you won't get anything for this boss. So it'd be 2, 4, 6. You'd be halfway there, but you would then get 3 more gold perks and a diamond perk plus all the upgrades. You would only be down 6 runs with 15 outs, and you could skip to the boss. Now, the biggest thing, okay, the biggest thing when you go into these games, okay, is patience. It's just the same thing with head-to-head. It's the same thing with ranked seasons, events, and everything, boys. Patience in this is even more crucial. And the big tip that I'm going to tell you guys when you're going in to Showdown is never swing at the first pitch. Never, ever, ever swing at the first pitch. And I would highly recommend only swinging at high pitches also. Most of these things are all about getting, you know, extra base hits. I swung at the first pitch when I said never swing at the first pitch. Most of these things are just getting extra base hits, getting home runs, getting runs, and that kind of stuff. What you want to do is get this energy and your confidence way, way down. You start taking pitches, you make him work counts. Not only is the pitcher going to get tired, but your fielders are going to make dramatic errors, especially when you're talking about extra base hits and that kind of stuff. You can really, really beat the hell out of the computer by just taking pitches. I know it sounds like the weirdest thing, but I feel like so many people have a bad habit of, I'm going against the computer, it's just the computer, swing at everything. Swing at absolutely nothing is going to be my tip. The less swinging that you do, the better result that you're going to have. And especially if it's an extra base hit or if it's a home run or whatever you have to do for your goal, you want to be pickier and pickier and pickier to be what your pitch is. So here, down but not out, 2 strikes. Vision boost, we don't want that. 7th inning, we don't want that. Outfielders throw much harder, we don't want that. Down but not out is the best one we can do. That is going to be the most active out of all of those groups. Now, what I can do here is I can upgrade my down by not out gold and replace the silver that I had right there. Definitely still keeping the 2 rally times because those are better. All right, boys, so I went ahead and just skipped those other ones, kind of just backed out there because I wanted to go to one of the boss showdowns because I feel like this is the most important stuff to do with the showdowns. And this is really where, you know, where people get in trouble. Everyone kind of messes up on the, you know, the boss parts of it. If you miss a mission or 2 and end up only with like 8 or 10 runs going into the final one, that's fine, as long as you can get the bosses down. And once again, the biggest, most important thing is going to be patience, pitch counts, energy, and confidence, especially when you have 10 outs in the first boss, 15 outs in the second boss. Do not swing at bad pitches. Take the first strike all times because I still feel like there's something very, very weird and like tricky with the first pitches in Showdown. Like they just don't take off the way that they're supposed to. So being very, very patient with the bosses, making them throw pitches, even if they're strikes, they're not exactly what you want. Do not swing. The most important thing that you can do in this mode to help you win is get the computer's pitch count up. I know everyone just wants to play against the computer and swing, 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 swing. But patience is going to be the absolute key, in getting good pitches that you can take off on is going to be the most important thing. If you need a home run or an extra base hit, you're not going to take an away slider low and away out the park. You're going to have a better time just hitting like a high fastball or something. So wait on those pitches. Do not swing at the first pitch. Do not swing at the first pitch like I just did, even though I just hit a home run and won it. Do not swing at the first pitch. Maybe once you get his confidence down a little bit, his energy's down, then you can start jumping on some of those first ones. But the biggest things that I can tell you guys with this is, don't worry about how you draft, okay? You are picking guys out of position. If you put a guy that has no secondary position at catcher and he has 99 power, that is the move to do when you are playing these showdowns, okay? Now, I just skipped the other ones because I just kind of wanted to show you this boss. But as you're going through and you make these drafts, like, for instance, I pick Lou Gehrig, right? And I already have Jim Tomei at first, and say we're going into the last boss battle, I won't mind putting Jim Tomei in center field. It's not going to matter one bit because you're not going to have him in the field. put Jim Tomei at center field and put Lou Gehrig at first base. The other thing that you can do is when you go through here, I can't remember when it is. I thought when you were done with this boss, it would have told you if you, maybe they switched it. Maybe they switched it. I think that was one wrong piece of information. Before, you used to be able to tell if it was going to give you a right or left-handed pitcher. Now I think it's hiding it from you and towards the end. So maybe you can't fully draft your guy right or left-handed. I probably wouldn't stack your lineup right or left-handed, but I'd still just stack your lineup on hitters. Don't worry about speed. Don't worry about position. Hitters. Patience. Good pitches. If you can't hit curveballs and you're having a hard time with that stuff, just sit on the pitch that you want to hit. They are going to throw it to you. This is a computer-oriented mode. You don't have to face a human, but at the same time, don't go down to the computer's level. Be smart. Take pitches, make his energy work, and sit on those high pitches. If you do those few things, draft powerful hitters, work pitch count, sit on high pitches, you're going to win. 100% of the time, you're going to win with those few good tips. Now, the other things are working your perks. Perks are extremely important. First strike, jump start, takeoff, I think is a very, very important. Any of the ones where they say you get a boost when you're losing, not behind in the count, not inside pitches, not outside pitches, not all that stuff. You want the ones that say exit velocity boost on normal swing. Every one of your swings should be a normal swing. You want exit velocity boost when you're losing the game. You're pretty much losing every game. You want stuff that is going to be active at all the time. So good perks, patience, working counts, getting the energy down, getting his confidence down, not worrying about positions. Those are going to be the best tips that I can give you to just dominate this stuff. It makes it very, 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 very easy to just go through these things and do it. I was kind of just making this video, so I just wanted to skip those things to just kind of show you the boss battle to make this thing a little bit easier to show you guys. But that is how people are doing it. And with the Affinity stuff this year, or this season, I should say, there are so many people that are already 100% done. You do the exchanges, you do the collection, you do a conquest, you do a showdown. You're pretty much done. Like, that's it. Exchanges, collection, conquest, showdown is going to pretty much set you for the division. If anyone else has any other Affinity questions, please let me know down in the comments. I'd love to get a good discussion. You know, if you see a question or any other tips or anything down below, that would be greatly appreciated. But let's make the comment section great information for Team Affinity tips and different methods, boys. Hope everyone has a great day. Once again, happy Memorial Day. Hopefully this video helped you out a little bit. We out. Yay!